Aloha, this is Kurt Nielsen with eMortgage Hawaii, and this is your mortgage market update for August 3rd, 2012. Trying to give you some information as you're heading into the weekend. Well, the big news that came out today was the jobs report and unemployment. Unemployment went up to 8.3%, yet we created 163,000 jobs in July, which were higher than expectation. So some real mixed news, but it definitely pushed the Dow Jones up over 13,000 today. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that. The most important thing I think needs to be shared into the marketplace is mortgage rates are holding close to the historic lows. The 30-year fixed is at 3.25 with a fee of 0.75%. So the rates are awfully good. Not quite at the lowest of all time, which happened about a week and a half ago, but still really good. So let's see what's happening in the marketplace. Of course, Europe is still in crisis. It never seems to be ending, and there just doesn't seem to be any solutions. The European Central Bank is now proposing a big bond buying plan aimed at calming down the European bond markets and reducing interest rates for Italy and Spain and Greece, but it's coming without German support at this point in time. I think the Germans still want more cuts in the budgets of these countries, mainly pension expenses, retirement expenses, and other social programs. Here in the United States, we have a lot of mixed messages going on here. The Dow Jones jumped today up over 13,000, and that was based on the job gains of 163,000 new jobs created in July. Yet unemployment rose from 8.2 to 8.3%. So, mixed bag here. There was an uptick in consumer confidence, and that's good for consumer spending. That helps the economy. The Feds are involved in this new twist program where they're selling short-term securities and buying long-term, and that's driving long-term interest rates down, which is helping mortgage rates. But overall, the U.S. is still the best home for investors to park money and to remain safe, at least for now. So that's why we're seeing a lot of money going into treasuries and mortgage-backed securities. There is some good news on the housing front. Housing starts were up 4.7%. Oahu real estate prices were up 6.8% year over year for the second quarter. And now the outer islands are showing growth in real estate prices. So I think we hit bottom, and you heard the bounce, and we're going to start seeing things heading up. So I think in the Hawaiian Islands we're seeing some good support in the real estate market, and a lot of that's being driven by foreign buyers, as most people know. Now this is a chart of the mortgage-backed securities market. Remember, as the price goes up, interest rates go down. So we've had a long run of rates going down. We hit the lowest of all time on July 24th, just about a week and a half ago. And since then we've been just bouncing around. I expect this to continue. Probably won't drop much below this 105.6, and probably won't make it above 106.63. So I expect we're going to stay in this range until we really get a sense of what's happening to the economy. This is a chart of the 30-year fixed rates nationwide, and you can see again they've been declining for some time. But in the last week to 10 days, you're seeing a little bit of an uptick in interest rates. The national average is at 3.61%, yet eMortgage Hawaii, we're offering rates at 3.25%. And again, this is just profit-taking by the banks because there's less competition on the market now that they've pushed most of the mortgage brokers out, and they're just making a lot more profit. So support your local mortgage broker. I think it's important to keep that competition going. Here's a rate sheet for conforming and jumbo rates. Conforming rates, the 30-year fixed at 3.25, 15-year fixed at 2.75, and the 7-year and the 5-year arms are at 2.75 and 2.375. Not much change in those arms. And the jumbo rates, everything's below 4% now. 30-year fixed at 3.875, the 15 at 3 1/8, and then again the arms below 3%. So really good rates should be a real incentive for buyers to get out there and get busy in purchasing property. My forecast for the second half of 2012, I think mortgage rates are going to stay below 4%, maybe in the range of 3.25 to 3.75. I don't think really much of anything's going to happen until after the election. I think the economy is going to continue to struggle and may even flirt with recession. I even said this back in January, and in my annual projection, And sure enough, we're really kind of teetering close to no growth in the United States. I think the foreign buyers will help continue to support the Hawaiian housing market, especially with the weak dollar. The Operation Twist will keep interest rates low. And I do think the outer islands are going to now start showing strengthening home prices along with Oahu, kind of following behind Oahu. And I think the message has to be that with rising prices here in Hawaii and historically low mortgage rates, there's no better time to buy. And to give you an example of the home affordability, we are now at the housing prices that we had back in 2003, nearly 9 years ago. So we've stripped out about 9 years of inflation out of home prices. But the rates in 2003 were at 5.875%, and we're now at 3.25%. So a payment on a $400,000 note in 2003 was $23.66 a month. Today, that same mortgage of $400,000, you're only paying $17.40. So with the same payment as 2003, you can afford a mortgage of $544,000, or a 30% boost in purchasing power over 2003. So this gives you an idea of how much better the market is from 9 or 10 years ago for home buyers. So again, it's never been this good, and we'll probably never see it again in our lifetime. Okay, that's all I have for today. Certainly, if you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. I'm available 7 days a week. You can reach me at my cell phone of 808-896-6800. Also, if you want my free mortgage calculator for your smartphone, it allows you to calculate mortgage payments in 3 simple steps, pre-qualifies your borrower, and it uploads my interest rates, so you will always know what interest rates are for conforming and jumbo loans. So when you're talking to your client, you can pull that information up and even email it directly to them. So if you want to download it, go to your app store and search for this word, Loan Apps, L-O-A-N-A-P-P-S, download the software, and activate it using my cell phone number with no dashes, 808-896-6800. Again, I hope you have a great weekend, and call me if you have any questions. Thank you.